There we go. Before we move into the next area, with our freshly cut deck of cards, was there any other sort of like discussion, like free action stuff that you all would like to do?
Mordecai's just trying to absorb everything.
Mm-hmm.
Most everything that's in here is kind of throwing everything that he knows about everything out with the garbage and inserting new things, and so he's just trying to make sense of it all just by observing and absorbing.
I apologize. I just returned.
No, it's okay. Celine ended up calling the cut. So if you all die tragically, it's completely her fault.
Calling the what?
The cut of the deck, because you're going to a new area.
Oh yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I mean, it's obviously not going to be as good as when Bright does it.
I mean,
now,
to be fair, we might. So, just as a question for cards being replaced in the deck, are face cards removed or are they all?
The
So
only
it's just
thing that was
jokers
removed
that are
was the
removed.
Joker.
So there's one Joker and the rest of the cards in the deck.
Yep.
Okay. So if we draw the Ace of Diamonds again,
Yeah, it'll be gross.
I'll love it.
Another luck blade.
I'll be like, God damn.
That one will be a
More
three-handed
wishes.
sword.
More wishes.
Well, Celine, because we ended on a story beat with Bright, if I recall, so you're going to be subjected to your first card.
Yep.
So the card that was called at the cut is... a small trap. A 2 of spades.
Oh yeah. No, that's okay. It's a 2 of spades.
Okay. So as you're making your way down from the statue and you're going up to meet up with the others, one of the wrecked statue parts, we almost have a flashback to the coral, because I also need another strength save from you. As you try and, is it like, it comes down, you're try and deflect it away before it squishes you. And that's a 1.
Yeah, it is because I have a -1 and that's a 2. So I'm get this is just dropping on top of me.
Yep. Though this is a small trap here, so you're only going to get bonked for non-magical bludgeoning damage, to the tune of 16.
I mean that hurts.
It could even be a piece of stone from further up here that might have gotten impacted, and as you're walking past, it just slips and like your first reaction was maybe to like bonk it out of the way with the shield because you got it. So it's strength all the same, and you get bonked instead by some falling rocks. But not everyone dies. And there's one less trap in the deck, although that was the smallest one. All right, Mordecai, as you all are exiting this place, mechanically, pardon me, story beat wise, the room is cleared, but we're getting to the next room. That's why I'm still drawing cards here. You are getting a... Oh, all right, speaking of story beats, there we go. All right, Mordecai, I want you to make a perception at advantage, please.
I'm not exactly great at this. Alright.
There we go. That's a 16. All right. Ahead, you can hear a woman's voice, distant and echoing, but you hear a woman's voice who sounds very upset. And she is yelling something. Do you speak Giant at all?
No. I speak Common, Infernal, Celestial.
Okay. So there's a woman yelling ahead, and there's an underlying, almost like a break in her voice, not kind of like the the puberty, like like, you know, the super creaky, like, you know, stereotypical, like the whatever the teen from The Simpsons talked. Oh, I dropped a taco in the deep fryer. I'll get it. Ow, ow. It's not like that. But it has a weird, almost like a roar underneath it. That might be an echo or something. It sounds really weird.
I look in that direction. What do I see?
Right now, it's just hallway. As you're going through one of these halls, and you hear ahead. Exactly what I had described to you. A woman yelling in a language you don't understand, and it sounds distant, it sounds echoey, and there's like an underlying roar to her voice.
I make sure that my shield is at the ready. I don't like the way that it sounds, because if it sounds angry, but it's still in a language I can't understand, then obviously there's probably going to be barriers to this.
All
I'm
right.
a helm of comprehending languages, it's fine.
Do you all hear that?
Oh. What's that?
Do you all hear that?
I hear something. I hear something. I don't know what. It sounds annoyed.
Sounds angry.
Well, we should probably go and check it out. Considering, you know, we're in the middle of a ruin in the depths of the ocean. There's someone else down here. We should probably check.
Do you want to run ahead, walk ahead? Do you want to stealth ahead?
Well, either way, I'm clanking all to hell. I'm loud. I'm wearing half plate. So I could try to be quiet, but it's not going to help. But moving quietly sounds like a very good idea, even if I'm not good at it.
Norelai tells you that if you want, she could go ahead. She's very stealthy.
That's not something Norelai would volunteer to do.
Maybe not, but
yeah,
you could voluntold her because she is a sneaky person.
I'm only like kinda sneaky. I'm not very sneaky. I could try.
You probably would have a better shot at it than I would, because I would clank. You're wearing leather.
Yes. And I can also give myself some help. So I'm gonna go ahead and stealth ahead.
Okay. Studded leather doesn't suffer from.
No,
I'm not in heavy armor disadvantage. That's just. Actually, I don't even know why that's the case. Oh, because it's counting me as having a scale now in my bag. So let me. So it's a 13.
Hey, buddy.
Okay.
It's been a minute.
Plus 1, so it's a 14.
Okay.
Guidance is a nice little cantrip, I think.
So a 14. Let me roll something. Okay. All right. As you continue ahead, leaving the others behind, there is a light blue, like a glowing teal, that is coming from the end of the hallway around a corner. And there's a conversation that you can hear going on. Do you speak Giant at all?
I do not.
Okay.
I speak Abyssal, Celestial, Common, Draconic, and Elvish. I speak a lot of very uncommon languages in this world, but Giant is not one of them.
Well, you are going to hear a splash of Draconic. And this is Old Draconic as well. So you don't understand the Giant portion of the conversation, but there's an angry woman's voice, and there's a reply that it's the same. The same words are being said, but it sounds like they're being said at the same time by 5 different people. So it's kind of a chorus reply, or just like a synced up reply. There's something back and forth. Then make a perception, as you're not quite in this room to distinctly hear things without even needing to try. We'll see how much of the Draconic you can pick up.
Guidance up.
Ooh. All right.
It's a 28.
In Draconic, as you are approaching this turn where the glowing teal light is coming from, in a... Oh, how would I... To us, it would sound like a voice coming through a speaker. Like, almost like an artificially created voice. So, translate that to Celine. I guess it would sound like a magical effect, like a prestidigitation or something. Like, there's not actually a drum, so you're not getting, like, you know, the air displacement, you know, that bass hit of the drum. There's something about it that just makes the instrument... It's...
Like a radio filter?
Yeah, like a radio filter, kind of artificial. In Draconic, yeah. You hear back a calm, all things in time. It's calm, but there's a sternness to it, and that same voice that has this kind of growly break to it, replies back in Draconic. With a couple F-bombs. I'm not going to use up our one, but you're getting a very heated. It's like, you know, F you. You know, I didn't come all this way to get turned away. Not after everything here. Did you see what I did to all the Guardians? To everyone who tried to stop me from coming here? And a calm reply back from the dragon is all things in time. With that weird kind of distortion behind it. Now, as you're not...
Okay.
You haven't turned this corner. This conversation's going on. What do you want to do? Do you want to continue ahead? Do you want to go back? Or something else?
The others can see me, yeah?
No. You snuck off ahead.
Okay. Do I have that? Okay. How far away are they?
You can't see the conversationalists, but the turn is 40 feet ahead of you.
No, I'm talking Bright Mordecai. How far away are they?
Oh, pretty long hallway. I'll say about 150 feet away.
No, that won't work. And they can't see me.
Well, I mean, you're trying to hide, and there's some architecture you can hide behind. They would have to try, especially because if you've doused any sources of light on you, that would also be disadvantage on perception checks.
Unless you've got dark vision, of course. But I mean, even then it would be.
Yeah, it would be.
Yeah, not
so
that
it
far.
would make. So. Yeah, no, I'm just gonna make a gesture, thinking that they see it, or a Actually, I will use thaumaturgy. 30 feet down the hallway to... And it'll send a little echo down the hallway of... actually, no, I won't do that because that'll alert them. I'll make a gesture to them. I don't know if they're going to see it or not, but I'm going to make a gesture to them to see... to basically tell them that I'm going in.
Okay.
And I'd like to take a peek around the corner first before I walk in.
Okay. Make another stealth as you are entering this other area, and it has a different lighting condition and sound as there's this room around the corner. 16. Okay.
20.
Nice.
Just...
Okay. You peek around the room, and let me draw here. Okay, you peer around the corner, and you can see that ahead there's a chamber that has all kinds of glowing teal light that dances and plays across the top of the cavern, and they all make their way in an undulating pattern, sometimes swirling and dancing and everything. But they're all making their way here. There are bodies strewn about in here as well. And the bodies look like they've been bloated. And they're soggy, they're saturated, even though there's no real hint of water in this particular place. I mean, you're in a watery temple, but they appear soaked, but there's no source of obvious water. All the bodies are bloated, and they're dressed in robes. Ahead, on a very long staircase carved into the rock, is a dragon that somewhat reminds you of those that were in the grotto. However, this one still seems to have scraps of flesh hanging from its exposed bones. And there are pinpoints of light flickering in the skull where the eyes should be. The flesh that hangs from it appears to be a dark, like a red color, very dark red. And standing next to the path is also an undead, but one of giant stature. And on top of that, this giant seemingly has, at least that you can see, like 4 or 5 heads on its shoulders. But you can see that it also just has clumps of hair missing, patches of skin. Some of the skulls are missing eyes, and the eyes that remain, some are milked over, some are very weepy. And so the dragon is actually on the path. The giant is to the side of it, and looks like it has a. It looks like it has a stance ready for fight or flight. Like it's tensed and it's watching what is playing out here. There are 2 figures silhouetted against the light that is at the end of this path. And at the end of the path, there's some kind of a figure. Something. You can't make out any details beyond a vague outline. At least not without getting closer or doing some shenaniganery or dice rolls. But this is your. This is a very obvious setup. You don't need to roll anything, but I will ask for another type of roll with this. I would like a religion roll, please.
Religion.
At advantage.
Ooh, even at advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it's her specialty.
It's 15.
Oof.
Because I have a 10 intelligence. I'm an intuitive gal, not a logical one.
These, especially from your time spent there, these are almost, well, they're smaller, or the scale is different when you're on the other side, but this is how the souls of the dead appear. And what you saw lining up outside the gates. And they're all moving towards this source of light.
The soul well of some kind. Right, well I'm going to have to stand in. I'm going to have to see what's going on. And I am going to... I'm not going to announce myself. I'm going to wait for them to pay attention to me.
Okay. But, like, you're stepping out from behind the corner and you're just going to stand there?
Yep.
Okay. Okay. For the rest of you at the end of the hallway, not that it's been like, oh, it's been 20 minutes and there's been no sight or sound of Celine, but it's been a couple minutes and there's no sight or sound of Celine.
How much longer do we give her, Bright?
I don't know. How long did she say she'd be gone? I wasn't paying attention.
She said she was gonna go have a look.
Yeah, there was no
Yep.
time.
Well, then I guess that there's no time limit. Why don't I do a scrying? I can scry on Celine, and if she's back before I finish the scrying, great. And if she's not, then, well,
You get a
then we'll
scry.
know. It'll take 10 minutes. A lot of things take 10 minutes with me.
Sure. Mordecai, she sits down with the crystal ball and begins to do her thing.
10 minutes is a long time to wait. I don't know that I want to wait that long.
Well, the other choice is to go up there. I mean, I could cast an arcane eye, but it doesn't see very far in the dark, so...
I'll give her another minute, then we walk in after her. Because...
Can those of us not up there hear anything that's happening?
If you're actively perceiving, you might be able to catch it.
Yeah, I mean, I think we would be, because what else would we do except...
Yeah,
wait
we would
for
be
Celine.
watching for her. Yeah. Watching for her to come back.
Okay. Make a perception, then, while you're waiting.
14, unless I have advantage.
I'm gonna guidance myself. Ugh. Gross. Even
Hey,
grosser.
It's up to an 8 from a 7, though.
I used to be good at this.
Now I'm the perceptive one.
Mordecai needs glasses.
There's a there's a weirdly accented draconic echo coming down the hallway,
Yeah.
but you're not really able to make out any words.
Not that I'd be able to anyway. I don't know Draconic.
Yeah, I don't know Draconic either.
After about a minute, I'm gonna slink forward if I don't see her.
Here, take this bird with you. I'll conjure up Peggy Sue. If you need me for something, you can send her back, or I'll follow as long as I can. I guess I can't, because then I can't concentrate on the spell at the same time. But, I don't know. I mean, I may not be able to get the scrying off if you're... Are you I don't think we should split the party any more than we've already split it.
Well, then come with me.
Okay, bring the treasure horse, Norlai.
I don't know if that's a good idea. The multi-headed giant begins walking around around this direction for you, Celine. It is, well, I mean, it's looking in a lot of directions at the same time, but it seems to have gone from its little alcove here and is walking out towards here.
Okay, is it walking towards me? Does it seem like it's noticed me, or is it looking to go towards the dragon instead?
It's walking towards you because it can't go really any other direction.
Yeah, but does it look like it's noticed me?
Not in an obvious fashion.
I'm worried she's in trouble.
Not in trouble. I'm assuming the worst.
Can you blame him?
No. I'm still assuming the worst. There is the sound of an hem. Celine clears her throat.
Alright, so you are making yourself obvious?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mordecai, you and Bright are going down the hall. Are you running ahead of Noralai, who is with the horse, or do you want to all travel together?
No, we're bringing her with.
Okay.
Even if she doesn't want to come, she has to come.
All right. Let's get this. That's close enough. Okay. Mordecai. Actually, I want all three of you to roll an initiative.
Okay.
Initiative.
God, cleric initiative.
Okay.
Yep. Also cleric initiative.
Oops, I didn't mean to get rid of that. Oh, whatever. It's a person with a tail and horns. Shrub the DM, thank you very much for the raid. And Big Tiger Man, good to see you again. Welcome, welcome, everyone.
As a point of order, I have to point out that I read that as Big Thai German, not Big Tiger Man. I'm sorry.
We have a... I mean, it might be Big Thai German, but I don't know, Big Tiger Man. So Mordecai, as the pack nightmare is moving along, there's a little bit of trouble, and I guess you're stopping for a moment to help Norelai. Bright, you are a little bit ahead here, and you do see a... one second, let me actually... What is this going to be? Okay. You are going to see a... not a flash of light, but in a flash, this multi-headed giant. Not even a Fomorian, because the Fomorians at least had a semblance of life, even though they're kind of twisted and weird looking. Ends up flashing here, standing well within its arm's reach of Celine. But with two of its heads, it looks down at her with folded arms, while the other heads are still regarding the situation happening at the base of the staircase. Celine, in a surprising moment, there is a giant that is standing far and above you. This is probably bringing back a very unfortunate memory, but that is the situation. And
well then, my apologies, but I did not want to intrude on your little conversation.
The other two silhouetted figures will look back in that direction. Who? Says the weirdly crackling woman's voice in common. Though the other figure does not seem to react or move. The dragon that's scale and bones lifts its head up slightly from the two before it to look past them, and just these red eyes peer at you, Celine. More have come in Draconic. And then looks down at the other two. I thought it was just you two. Okay. We'll move into more of a traditional order as this conversation continues. We'll start at the top with Bright.
Yeah, I don't feel the need to intervene just yet. I don't remember if I have a mage armor active. I think I do.
You do.
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't need to cast that. I don't know. Do I have Piggy Sue up? Like, is she handy? Because I could use my action to conjure up her if I don't have anything else to do. Because I feel like she might come in handy right now.
You, unless you dismissed her, you had her out to look around in the outside temple area.
Yeah, she must still be following along because I never sent her back to her place. Okay. Well, I don't have that either. So I guess I'll go ahead and... I don't have anything... I want to do this too soon. Because I don't even know if a fight is going to break out. And if it does, I don't know if it'll take 10 rounds. Frustration. All my spell slots are used up. Yeah, I don't have... I guess I'll cast Mirror Image.
Okay.
It won't hurt. And, I'm still trying to stay stealthy, so all the mirror images compress. They don't stick out very far.
Okay.
And I mean, there's no real need for any of us other than Celine to come out of the hall yet, so...
Okay, we're over to Norlai then. Norlai's with you, Mordecai, so what do you want her to do? You're in the hallway with the pack nightmare.
You can hear Celine's voice now, I'd imagine. Just since this talking.
Okay. She doesn't sound like she's in trouble, but I am going to keep my shield up, and I'm going to walk towards her. Just to stand with her. Norlai can stay behind in the back if she wants.
Sure. Although before you go, I have a 7, but that's fine because that's going to be two of the heads speak the same words at the same time, just in different voices. In Giant, says something. The remains of this red dragon look down and reply in Giant. And one of the heads looks down at the two of you, and, well, the soon-to-be two of you, Mordecai, as you move out. No further, it says in a couple voices.
What's going on?
No further, it repeats. Dragon is going to go... It's still an NPC, so it's going last with the other NPCs.
So that means I get to go.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, you're on a 7. Yep. Or no, wait, you were on a... I'm sorry. Yeah, you get to go. My Giant's technically one after you, so go ahead and take your turn before it says no further.
And she's going to say in Draconic. I do not know what's going on here. And you see her eyes tick up to meet the dragons. But I greet you respectfully, Ancient One.
Okay. Giant moves in, tells you no further after your respectful greeting. Then the dragon regards you. And back in Draconic, ancient accented Draconic. Wait your turn. As a reply back to you, Celine.
And as a aside to Mordecai, she's gonna look to him with this look that just says, "Stay there. Don't do anything." That's after you've moved up next to me. It's like, don't move anymore.
The figure, the silhouetted figure against this odd light, continues to remain focused ahead, though the other one turns. And as she turns, despite being a silhouette, you see cracks in her skin, but they're like orange, a very light orange glow coming from within this silhouette. Stay back! I don't know who you are. This is our time here. Leave, or I'll do to you what I did to the others. This bitch owes me. And points up to the barely visible something in the light. Like, obviously pointing beyond the red dragon. Whose eyes flare up. You will speak respectfully. Or what? But the dragon has no reply back to the counter challenge. And we roll back around.
Voice we recognize?
Maybe, if you want to roll for it on your turn. It's a weird voice, for sure. You're getting kind of an underlying roar to things. So we go back to the top. That's actually going to be Bright. Because Bright was super speedy. Wizard's on the scene first.
Yeah. So, how about that? I don't really have anything to do still. I want to come up as close as I can without, like, revealing myself. I don't know, maybe I should make a stealth roll. Because I don't want to be spotted just yet.
Alrighty. Stealthing up.
Do you want me to roll, or...?
Yeah. If you're trying to actively hide, you are being... I mean, you're not being observed because you're back in the hall, but... Alright, 10.
Yeah, that's not very stealthy. Especially for me. I have +8. That's a 2 on the die. Okay. Well, I'm still staying in the hallway. I want to be able to observe and listen, even though I can't understand most of it. What kind of divination wizard doesn't have comprehend languages? I don't know.
Don't you have the helm? Don't we have a helm of comprehending languages?
That might have been lost in hell.
Yeah, I think we left that behind in hell. Yeah, see. I mean, we just left it for the next adventuring party. They have to be able to find some treasure too. We don't want to hog it all. Yeah, I'm just listening. I don't really have anything else to do.
Okay. Norelai is very... Like, she's going to keep her distance, but she's kind of curious as to what's happening. She's going to float ahead, because to her, I guess that sneaking is just to stay like an inch off the ground. Though it does make her visually stealthy. And she is going to roll a perception. Oh. She moves forward and is looking into the teal cavern here, and her eyes go wide for a moment as she notices something about the figure with the tail. Probably the tail that's actually sticking out from the robe. And she screams out loud, "Loki!" And begins to dash forward. One of the giant's heads is regarding her and moves down to the swiftness, but that's as far as she can get in our broken up turns here. Meaning that Celine, you go before the giant does, as she screams her brother's name and starts dashing forward.
Well, that's inconvenient.
As that happens, Celine is going to look up at the giant and say in Draconic very quickly, "If you could stop her, please. She's going to do something rash." And then Celine is then going to turn her attention ahead to the two figures standing there and to the dragon. Burning and destroying your way through those guardians. Acting like you were owed. And this is in Draconic, mind you. Are you not aware that patience is a virtue, Miss Ale? Sorry, Von Ale.
And we'll see what type of answer you get when we get there. We have our giant, who is going to try and stop, but he is at disadvantage for doing this. A hand quickly reaches for a weapon and flies out with speed. A 6 and a 9. However, what is her AC versus this? Oh, she doesn't have a very good AC. So even at disadvantage, this is still hitting. For 24 damage. And continues the momentum around. And hits again. And actually, both of these need to be a little bit higher.
I don't know if a 3 would hit. I mean, maybe it would.
A 3? Oh.
Yeah, because you.
You know what? She has that up right now, so she has a 15. No, I'm sorry. Never mind. It was close, but no. So only the one goes through, and as the weapon comes back down, it goes through one of her displacement images. However, she does take a massive hit as this thing brings down an axe and ends up like clipping her almost so that she's almost more taking bludgeoning damage from smacking into this giant weapon, and then it goes around to stop her, and it passes through one of the blinks or whatever the cloak does.
Displacement, yeah, one of the blurry images of her. Celine is going to turn to Mordecai.
And it takes a step
Heal
over.
Heal and restrain, please. Again, she's going to do something stupid.
That was on a 6. Mordecai, it's your turn, then the dragon and the two other people.
Mordecai's going to going to stop Norelai and just with a touch is going to use his healing hands ability and heal her 15 points.
How are you stopping her?
I'm going to like grapple her or something.
Make your grapple a disadvantage, as she's blinky.
She might not be blinky after getting hit.
Oh, does that go off?
Yeah, it goes off when she gets hit.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, it is on until you get hit for the first time in a round, and then at the top of your turn it resets.
Oh, okay. Sure. So she's knocked out a blink. The 3 on the first die roll still wouldn't have hit. So that's fine. And then so she's knocked out of that, and then you can roll up and grapple her.
So I'm at normal athletics.
It's not an attack, so you'd be at normal anyway.
Okay. Athletics, no ammies. So 14.
Okay. Well, let's see if she can bust out of that. All right. And how many hit points did you help her recover?
15.
15 with my healing hands.
Okay. Done.
Healing grapple.
A healing grapple? Yeah.
It's a healing grapple. That's what I did.
All right. Then it goes...
Stay here. I tell Norelai, stay here. Please.
The ancient remains of the red dragon look down to these two. Leave now. And it steps down to the, like, not just on the steps, like to the bottom. So it's standing over these two figures. Though it is watching what is going on down here. Not seeming to care about or feel threatened by these two. And the woman with the cracked and glowing skin says to both parties here, you all and this dragon, that you will be seeing her shortly. And looks over to the figure that's just standing here off to the side. Take us away. And there's just a very slow nod of the hood from the cloaked figure. And in a moment, just these black tendrils rupture out of the ground, encapsulate the two, and then they disappear. Back to the top.
So, who disappeared?
The two figures here, not the dragon.
So presumably the Grimhildr and Loki.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I wonder where they went. I bet they didn't cast Word of Recall.
Mm-hmm. Black tendrils ruptured up out of the ground, surrounded them, and they disappeared.
Oh.
That was Loki and Grimhildr.
Yeah. And now wait, you got talked over? Was it what pulled them out? What sucked them into the ground? What?
Black tendrils.
Oh, that doesn't sound good. I don't want black tendrils. Boy. I guess I'll I wish I had something to do. I'll take the dodge action.
Sure.
And still and try to stay out of range.
Okay. Yeah, unless this dragon has some super long breath weapon, or the giant just has super reach, it really can't get to you. So hopefully neither of those will happen.
Yeah, actually, you know what? I'll do something more useful than that. I'm gonna ready firebolt, because I'm probably out of range of Toll the Dead. And if anyone attacks, like does damage to any of my party members, then I'll firebolt them.
Sure.
Okay, that's all.
Your finger's glowing. I got a firebolt on one of you if you make a wrong move. We go to Noralai, who goes back to being displaced and tugs against you, Mordecai. Crying out for Loki. Oh, she slips your grip. That's her standard action, though. And runs forward. Doesn't get out of the threat of the giant, but runs forward. And while she's floating with her flying boots, she sort of like skids a little bit as she almost like falls to her knees, maybe on like a particularly high rock that she wasn't listening or that she wasn't looking after. She's reaching out and she was yelling after her brother, who is now gone. And now we go to Celine and then Giant.
I must say, all in all, those two are a unpleasant lot. I'm sure they are not sorry in any way, shape, or form, but I apologize upon their behalves, whether I like it or not, for the inconvenience.
You get a hump. You get a hump from the giant. Anything else from you, Celine?
So, I must ask. Why do I see a procession of souls?
The giant simply shrugs. It has many heads, but only 2 shoulders, both of which give a universal sign for, The giant looks down at Noralai, who is presumably sobbing after her brother, whom she saw for a moment before being wrapped up in black tentacles and disappearing. Looks over at the dragon and simply goes back to stand beside it, so that both of them are at the base of the staircase. Mordecai, and then dragon, and then back up.
There's still a figure up here, right?
There's something in the light. Yeah. There's something that's bathed in this light, and all of these teal, just dots of light are like swimming and dancing and crawling all throughout here, and they're all making a procession up into this beam of light.
I kind of want to see if I can manage to get a good look at that figure.
Sure. You can make perception at disadvantage.
Not like I got anything else going on right now.
Yeah.
Might as well put my peepers to good use.
Yeah. Well, they're more like jeepers than peepers.
Your peepers are awful.
Yeah, it's just
Peepers are awful.
In this case, maybe the light's actually baffling because it's too intense or it's too strong, and you're not able to get a look other than there's something There's something in the light there.
Otherwise, I'm kind of walking a little bit towards Norlai, but I'm not going too far ahead. So maybe halfway between the rest of the party and Norlai.
Okay. The dragon looks to the giant, walks past, stands here. The tone is very direct, not relaxed, but it's not tense, as if there's a doubt of, or like an expectation that anything might come of, like through a violent means. Now, if you all want to do anything to be violent and start a surprise, you can. I'm going to drop us out of initiative so that we can move, but at least the dragon that's even in charge over the giant is approaching, and the sound of the voice is that of discussion and not of a tense, even a tense negotiation. So he moves forward.
I have no intention of getting violent.
You all are here because you have died. Though I do not know why you are here, simply how you came to be here. What is it that you want or seek or something else? Asked with a curiosity. Any of you, I mean, we're out of initiative, so any of you can reply or ask questions, or if you want to do like some little actions on the side, like poke around or something, you can.
I don't know. I'm still in the hallway, and I feel like it's awkward to be in the hallway, but it's also awkward to come out of the hallway. So maybe I'll spend another turn in the hallway.
Sure.
Oh, Brad, he's going inside. Going outside. And going inside. Scar Brad will stay in the door frame. He hates it slightly less. That's kind of where we're at. It's like staying in the hallway is awkward, but going out there is also awkward. So I'm just gonna stay right here.
Norlai is weeping as a free action.
Who are you?
I am not important to you. Only so much that I would keep you from ascending the stairs if you do not belong on the stairs. Have you come to give yourself to her? Or perhaps bargain for power? Or seek a favor, as many have as well? Being so close, you can tell that the voice is indeed magical, and it's distorted because this thing does not have a throat to actually speak. Though it's trying. It's moving its jaw as if it is.
Is this the gate?
Up those stairs and through awaits death.
Do you mean the lady we dress?
Yes. Do you seek her?
He kind of looks to Celine.
As one of her chosen faithful, I do. And I think it would be this time that it would be poignant to show the fact that wings.
Okay.
And
No,
that
we'll go with her.
and that glow of heterochromatic eyes.
I see you carry symbols of faith. However, know that if you go up those steps, that will be all that can save you from dying once more.
That is understood.
I don't know that I have the strong enough faith, Celine.
In the end, this is the crux. If you cannot believe, then we cannot see our objectives through. This world will remain forever tainted until it dies.
That much I know.
Before I do request of you, this is to the dragon now, in Draconic, to ascend the stairs. I must ask you one thing. What do you know of the thing that plagues this world?
I do not know of that which you speak. I know what I have been given to know. I do what I have been given to do.
You serve but a purpose, and nothing more, Ancient One.
We
Then-
all serve in death.
That we do. So then, Ancient One, if it is all the same to you, I would let my faith carry me up those stairs with your blessing.
You may not come back down if you do.
I understand.
You're not going alone.
You too may pass, Blue Man.
How poignant.
Though
Okay, I
just
think
as whoop.
I think I have to come out of the hallway now.
Okay,
I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna come out of the
Sure.
hallway.
You're here. The same must be said to you. You may not come back if you decide to go forward.
I understand. And instinctively, his hand reaches for Celine's.
And she clasps it with a gentle serenity.
His is kind of shaking. He's kind of scared.
Hers is not. At all. In fact, she seems very calm, like almost unnaturally so.
Probably because she's been someplace like this before.
Bright, as the dragon moves to the side to make the path unobstructed, do you wish to say or do anything?
Yeah, actually, I probably would. So I would say, so that's all great for those two, but there's two others of us who probably shouldn't go up those stairs, and also our horse. So that makes three, actually. Also, I just found out that we're related. I don't really see the family resemblance, but you know, maybe I'll see you at Thanksgiving dinner. I don't know, but yeah. So, yeah. What about the rest of us?
You may ascend the stairs, though you may not come back.
Yeah, but I don't really want to ascend the stairs.
Then
'Cause-
you may stay here, and we will watch over you.
Until when?
Until the time comes. All times must come, as all things are through time.
Yeah. Norley, what do you think? I mean, maybe we can find our way back. I don't know. Are you sure you two want to go up the stairs? I don't.
Yes. And there's a specific reason why.
Okay. But see, I don't think that reason applies to me. Or to Norley, probably.
Oh, Lorelei has a reason. She just saw her brother flash before her eyes before disappearing
Yeah.
under seemingly Grimhildr's mental dominion.
Does seem that way. I don't know. I mean, it's probably not Grimhildr. It's probably Loki who did that. Because he's the one with the line to Mr. Tentacles.
Right.
Yeah, this just doesn't seem like a good choice for me. This seems like a good way for me to just die and stop existing, and then we would not only have died, which would be a bummer, but also we would not have saved the world, which would be a bummer for the rest of the world too. So it doesn't really seem like a good choice. Maybe we should go back, or maybe you
And
should
do
go on
what?
ahead. I don't know. Find another way. I mean, remember why we came down here? We came down here to stop the pox of undead. And that doesn't seem to be what's going on here.
Well, we found them. We found the place where all undead originate. The place where all dead originate.
Did we, though?
Yes.
See, I think it would probably be more efficient to, like, seal this place up with concrete. That seems like it would stop the undead more effectively, and also without us dying.
Well, to be fair, Mordecai and I have already done it once, and Norelai too.
Yeah, I don't know about Norelai. I don't.
We carried around her bones. We believed her dead.
Well, sure, but she hasn't ever like been to talk to Weejas. That's really just your thing, Celine. And like I
Neither
commend your
have I,
faith,
if I'm honest.
but it really only applies to you. The rest of us can't really go up these stairs, at least until we've died, properly. Because Norelai, she only, like, she got converted into bones, but she was actually still alive the whole time. And that describes me as well. I was also converted into bone, but I was still alive the whole time, or at least, I don't know. It's just, I don't want to go up those stairs. I feel like we'd just all die, and that'll be that, and I don't want that.
Then in the realm of the dead, bright what is lost.
Yeah. See, that's that Celine talk for you.
Well, that's the truth of the matter. What is lost?
Either we're going to die facing Shonaruth, either we're going to win facing Shonaruth. And if the latter is going to happen anyway, I don't know. It's very much one of those things where this world is dying. And we live here. It could die in a century. It could die sooner than that.
I can guarantee the world doesn't have a century left. Things wouldn't be so desperate if that were the case.
Celine, two little teal, almost like fireflies, seem to peel themselves off of the cave wall in maybe defiance or in an alternative route than to be drawn in towards that light at the top of the steps. Do you wish to shoo them away like bugs? Do you wish to absorb them? Do you wish to do something else with them? But they're sort of flitting about you.
Find again. Just find again. I am going to. I'll see what they do on their own first. I will not make any move one way or another just yet.
They are flitting about you. Like little moths to a flame here.
I'll reach one to have one perch on my finger and see what happens.
Alright. You feel the same refreshing, empowering jolt of energy as when you get your special kisses from Mordecai.
Their lives. This is life energy. But in either case, on the other side awaits a chance. There's no guarantee of death. Out here, though, where else do we go?
I think any place that isn't guaranteed certain death would probably be a better choice. I mean,
Those places are very quickly disappearing, Brett.
yeah, but that's, I mean, this is all very strange, but I just have a hard time with, well, the world's dying anyway, so we might as well just all commit mass suicide. Then we won't have to worry about it anymore. That doesn't,
I don't
That's
think
not
that's
how
what's
I-
happening here.
isn't that what he
No.
just said, though? You go in there, that's where all the dead souls go, you'll be absorbed by Ouijas, and then, oh yeah, maybe you're a cleric of Ouijas, you might retain your identity, but those of us that aren't, poof, that's it, we're done. I don't want that.
But
No,
there's the-
he
he
said
there's
that
a
your
chance.
faith.
Yeah, but I don't have that faith. You have that faith.
But there's a chance to meet with her and make a request.
And not only that, who said it was faith in her that you needed? Do you not have your convictions that drive you, right?
Yeah, I have all kinds, but they don't really have that much to do with Ouijas.
They don't need to. Belief is belief.
I don't think that's what was implied. We're not going out to meet generic belief. I don't know. Maybe Norlai and I should stay here and you two should go on ahead. And the giant said he'd watch over us until it was time. And maybe that when it's time is when you finish your little powwow with Ouijas.
That could also mean that time could also be when your bodies expire.
Well, we'd have a pretty long wait for that in my case.
Yes. And by then the world would be dead. So let the faith in your own people carry you, right? And Naralai. The faith in your brother.
What do you do with the little energy that's floating around you? There's a third one now.
I don't have that.
Absorbing.
You are?
No, I'm just thinking it's like absorbing them would kind of be a little bit bad. I might take one.
Okay.
Kind of just disappears, lands on her finger and disappears as it sinks into her skin.
Yep.
Then, once more into the breach, we have talked to the Fae and dealt with the Fae. We've talked to the Fiends and dealt with the Fiends, and now we come face to face with the ruler of the undead.
Your wings, when you do, your wings are not only out, they almost seem to grow and also glow.
Yeah.
And you
have the
feel
same-
a rush of energy, of power.
You have the same power that Raphael had, and that we just probably had thousands of years ago.
And there's only one way to find out about that.
Selene and I jumped in with Symphonics. And the two of you stayed behind.
Yeah.
And we got separated.
Do we want to do that again?
Well, considering that every time we jump through something, it turns out to be bad for us, I think we made the right choice that time.
The visit was fun, all things considered.
I think we have a somewhat different definition of fun.
It was somewhat fun. Are you telling me that you didn't enjoy yourself, Mordecai?
Oh, well, I did, but in the desert was less than ideal.
Oh, there's lots of them.
I would have preferred the beach.
Why don't you have a thing for sand? Just trust me on this one, Brett. Where we're going, unlike
kinda-
last time, where we're going is a lot more in my ball house.
Mr. Giant,
Mm,
is there anything stopping me and possibly Norlai from just going back the way we came? Back up through the tunnels?
no. Many come. Many leave. Some go. Some come back. Not all come back.
And it takes a leap of faith, doesn't it?
You have 4 more of these little wisps that have peeled themselves off from this stream and are flitting about you.
And a leap of faith is what I am willing to make.
And if she's going, I'm going.
Bright's just kind of looking at the ground and kicking the dust.
And Celine will actually offer her hand to Bright.
Yeah, no, not gonna take that.
Look, I would not. I would not knowingly lead you into something I didn't think we could handle, nor would I lead us into risk if I didn't think there was major reward out of it.
I mean, certain death seems like certain death. I'm not really into
And
that.
what does certain death matter? Tell me, Bright, what does it matter?
You're not helping
And
your case.
I'm not talking about it in terms of, oh well, we're just going to die anyway. No, what I'm talking about is, what does certain death matter? What is death? But simply a possible price for saving those who can't save themselves.
This doesn't save anybody.
We're going to meet with a goddess. I would say that I would disagree.
You've got her on speed dial. You can talk to her anytime you want to. Why do you have to go through here?
Why does a wizard visit a place of arcane power? They have the arcane magic on speed dial.
That's
But it's different. But it's different when you go to the source. Oh no, it's quite the same.
Death is the ultimate service, says the dragon.
See, also not helping your case.
You can become something greater than what you currently are. You can add your spark to the bonfire.
Let's go, Norlai. Bright starts walking out the hallway. It's been a long time. Would you be willing to top up our hit points before we go? If there's anything I can do for you, I'm happy to do it. I just can't go with you.
You did out of hell.
Yeah, that was almost the opposite. We left hell together so that we could make a difference, and now I can't go with you because I still want to make a difference. And thank you so much for bringing me out of there and giving me a chance. But I have to take that chance. I don't understand why. I don't know. Selena's just different. She sees the world differently. She's always been drawn to death. And I'm drawn to life. And I had that little detour in Oiho, and thank you for bringing me back, but you did such a good job that I can't go with you now. Also, Selena's sucking up all the little life bugs. She's getting really big.
No, she has 7 surrounding her now.
I've only taken 1. The other 6 are still flying there. But Celine lets out a sigh and smiles. More than that, dear Bright, is your leap of faith.
Yeah, I suppose so.
And I'm gonna cast a Mass Cure Wounds.
Okay.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. 22.
That'll also go to me, and a Mordecai, and an ROI.
Oh, so 22 to everybody. Okay, that's nice.
There we go.
Could you do that again? I need another one just like it.
Yeah, I've got one.
It's good enough. Celine, do you know how to use this sword? You can accomplish a great thing with it, but only once.
Yeah.
I don't know if it'll even survive the trip.
Well, I suppose the point is to believe.
I don't know what the sword believes. I don't think it believes anything. I think it's a sword. I don't know. Sometimes they're sentient, but most of the time they're not. At least not in this world. They're all sentient in a different one.
Like, this isn't goodbye, right?
I hope it isn't.
This is a farewell for now as we go and we make our way and we make our difference. Because, well, my existence is not a natural thing.
That's true. Well, I'll write every day. By which I mean send you a sending. And you probably won't get most of them, because that's how it works, but I'll always try.
Find that nutty professor. Right.
Yeah, it's one
Why-
of the other things I want to look for.
Find that nutty professor.
Wonder if he's invented flubber yet. It's the sort of thing he would make.
I don't know what flubber is, but that does sound like a very him thing. But maybe on the other side, if nothing else, we can offer assistance. And when we get back, we can show him what for.
I think that would be great.
Then Mordecai. It's time for us to go. Once more into the breach.
Mordecai just hugs Norlai and Bright. He hugs them tightly.
Yeah, group hug. Big squeeze.
Yeah, it's group. Yeah, it's Chroma Company hug.
He hugs them so tightly. He's crying.
Crying too. I will blot eyes with floofs.
I love you both. You know that, right?
We love you too. I'm very sad to see you go, and I hope you come through.
I hope you understand why.
I do. I do.
Then we shall go. See you both on the other side of this leap of faith. And Selena is gonna shoulder the great sword. Let's go. And she's gonna slowly start making her way up the stairs.
Be good, kiddo. And he follows her.
Right? Any parting words?
I think we've done the parting words.
Okay.
I might throw an out-of-character flag. I feel like a Woo should be able to make this decision for Norlai on her own.
She is. She was talking in chat.
Yeah, she is in the chat.
Oh, I'm not even looking. Is she in accordance with what I thought that she'd be doing?
Yeah, she's with you 100%, right?
Okay, whew, I feel so much better now. I didn't even realize she was in the chat. Okay, wasn't looking at chat.
All right.
Well,
do you two stay and watch them ascend the steps if you have
Oh,
no
yeah.
words?
I'm definitely watching them the whole way. Piggy Sue will be on my shoulder.
All right. You two begin going up the steps. After the short climb, and you're actually face to face to multiple faces with the giant. The giant looks over to you all. Death awaits.
I activate my wings.
Mine is sprouted.
And the dragon.
Wait.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is Celine speaking to the giant.
Okay.
Death awaits. Be kind to those two. They need it more than they need it now more than ever. And then Celine's eyes will tick to the dragon.
It gazes at you with its undead pinpoints of light set within its skull. Probably once a magnificent creature reduced to bone and scraps of leathery flesh.
Mordecai weaves his fingers in with Celine's and grips them tight. He's not letting her go. No matter what happens, he's not letting her go.
All things in time.
All things in time, Ancient One. Celine would say that to him in Draconic. And she'd begin guiding Mordecai further up the steps.
Okay. Up you two go. And the closer you reach, the two of you are surrounded in a cacophony of almost like you're walking amongst stars. As while you are approaching a light, that in itself doesn't seem to get brighter. Just like it's a fixed point, or it's just a rock that looks light as as you're getting closer and closer. But around you, just hundreds, thousands of these teal motes play and dance and inexorably move, creating almost a tunnel for you, forward and forward, as you two approach. Closer and closer, you can see now that there is this bright light, but beyond it, something else. Inside the light is a fire, blue and red, with more of these motes that enter the flame, and everyone that does, the fire turns blue for a moment and then resumes. Turns blue for a moment and resumes. More and more sparks are added to this bonfire. Standing there then, bathed in this light, surrounded by these motes, nothing's keeping you from turning back. Nothing's preventing you from moving forward except yourselves.
Celine,
Yes, Mordecai?
we come out of this. Will you marry me?
Yes.
On 3.
1.
2.
2.
3.
3. And in we go?
And they jump.
Norelai and Bright, Mordecai and Celine are lost in the light that you see as they step forward. There's no fanfare, no music. Neither the giant nor the dragon move, say a word, do anything more than they've probably been doing for a very, very long time. And it is here we're going to end this session, as 2 sparks are added to the bonfire, and we'll see what happens because of that. Thank you all for...
Oh look, I did it again.
Did what again?
You cry, you little bitch.
We will pick up here next Tuesday with what happens within and without this place, as 2 go in and 2 leave. Thank you to you all as my players. Thank you to you all who are here, who've been here watching. We have a really solid number, and I'm super happy of that. We were even up above 30 for a while there, too, before it was getting too late. But, yeah. Come back next Tuesday, and we'll see what happens. Yeah.
We'll see which half of the party survives, if either.
Yeah, I was told the party shouldn't split, but we'll find out what happens.
Well, I mean,
Because sometimes your DM will offer a choice that could very well just be walk in here and get instant death. And
To be fair, given her faith, it would be out of character for Celine not to go.
yeah, and it would be out of character for Bright to go, and probably
Yeah.
for Norlai as well. So, yeah, I mean, it's the same situation we were in before, and we made the same decision. So that's not really out of
Consistency.
character for anybody.
Yeah.
come with me if you want to continue to explore Death
History
the
is better than
Unknown.
stuff.
And if you're looking to dip into the macabre, let's go raid Derek, who is actually
Yeah,
making
Derek.
a really sad character looking right now with his drawing on the macabre stream, making characters for Vampire the Masquerade. Oh wow, that's really gnarly looking. Okay, yeah, we're going over there, everyone. Be well. We'll be around on Discord if you want to talk. Otherwise, we'll come back, play some RPGs next week. Then on Tuesday we'll resolve this, and then play some more RPGs on through a video game of some sort. So be well, everyone.